Azzmador states, oh yeah, people never mention the good things Hitler did. Well, they do, but they say they were bad things. Oh yeah, you know what? Speaking of that, let me play this clip from this guy whom I sometimes refer to as Big Bear. I feel silly calling him that. But Owen Benjamin, first I hesitated to play this because it was Owen Benjamin and he's banned from everywhere. But the substance of what he's saying I don't think is bannable. Clip 15, this is shared on Twitter by Legendary Energy, also known as Anomaly. Owen Benjamin's perspective on Ye's, which is Kanye West, Alex Jones' viral moment. It's a minute and a half long. And he talks about history and the Germans and seems like a fairly fair-minded take on history, which I don't know anything about, much of anything about history. But here's what he says. Listen to Owen Benjamin.
So obviously there is a German side to World War I and World War II that a lot of people don't know, and it's always good to pursue the truth. That being said, do I think Adolf Hitler and the Nazis were quote unquote good? No, I think that whoever's trying to get that ring of power is always going to use deception and force and all that stuff. You know, do I think there's a pretty high chance that he burned down his own Reichstag? Oh yeah. But the German people going towards the truth movement after the false and bank-driven World War I was good, and they shouldn't be slandered for that. You know, the population of Germany was trying to reconnect with family and truth and getting rid of sin in their society, and that's great. But I believe that once you get to puppet master level of politics, and that even includes Putin, even though right now I believe Putin is leading his country well, but I think all of them are controlled on some level, or else they wouldn't be allowed to be leaders of countries. Jones pimping 33 different kinds of pills and now a book. The big win will be when people get past the blame stage and get to the Yeah, and you know, that's, I can see that happening with a lot of people. That the blame stage is hopefully passing by people quickly.
So I guess that at the end there where he's talking about the blame stage, I'm assuming that he means like blaming the Jews, blaming the whites, blaming the blacks, blaming the media, blaming the Democrats, the liberals, blame. Blaming the parents, blaming it on the rain. I think that's what he means, which is nice. It is good to get past blame. Isn't that nice? It sounds like a good message to me. Let me show you this picture shared by the Ralph Retort, which includes Alex Jones. Who does it have? It has Kanye West, who calls himself Ye, and he wants us to call him Ye, but maybe if I met him in person, I'd be like, oh, hi, Mr. Ye. And there's Alex Jones of Infowars.com, and then there's... in the blue sweatshirt, Nicholas J. Fuentes. And on the right, Ali Alexander. Based Ali Alexander. Who was a persecuted January 6th peaceful protester. I don't know if he's part of InfoWars, like, all the time lately, or if he's just a fellow guest on the show. But that's an exclusive pic shared by Ethan Ralph over on Twitter. So that's what was going on. My competitor was interviewing those guys. I'm not jealous. Thank you to Big Bump for the tip there. He's like, are you watching your competitor? So I went over to band.video and started watching, and I saw that happening. I heard Kanye West say he loves Jews, as well as Hitler and the Nazis and the Zionists and everybody. And he said, when asked about Hitler targeting people, or when it was stated that by Alex Jones that Hitler targeted Jewish people and stuff like that, he's all, well, Obama targeted Palestinians, killed them. And nobody should be killing. That sounds like the opposite of incitement to violence and anti-Semitism, which doesn't exist. It's a slur to justify hating the person whom you perceive as a hater. And maybe Kanye has a little bit of is a little perturbed. I was listening to TKR Official. Well, the Crypto Report, Azzmador's Odyssey channel. He's our resident historian over here. And he was reading in their voice interesting messages by unchristian people. Ben Shapiro's reaction to this thing. Some Israel organization out of Israel, like Embassy or something. I don't know if it was Embassy. Jonathan Greenblatt of the ADL, Anti-Defamation League, which is a total misnomer. All they ever do is defame the whites and the Christians and stuff like that. And this Jewish conservative organization or Republican organization, they were all accusing Kanye of horrible things. Or, the made-up notion of the anti-Semitism thing. And Twitter themselves accused him of inciting violence. Nick says, yes, he is simply perturbed. Annoyed. If you're annoyed, you have anger. If you have anger, you're a murderer. I heard Kanye West, though, he said he loves them. At least he knows the principle that he should be loving. And he said that God is stripping stuff away from him so that he can grow up. He looked odd. What's the name of that mask that he was wearing? And he was wearing black gloves. Not an inch of his skin, of his brown skin, was showing that I saw. It was weird. It has like zippers over his eyes. I liked the talk that he stated about the pedophiles and pornography. He said all these people talking about, pedophiles are so evil. Meanwhile, they're into pornography. Or they don't see pornography as bad as the pedophilia, right? Not fake love, sexual immorality, like perversion with the children. Sorry, kids, parents. Like all the other stuff is fine. I talk about that too. What is this low moral standard? We applaud the people in prison for killing the pedophiles. Like the people in prison are any better. Or like you're any better than the people in prison or the pedophiles, right? And I like that growth in Kanye, I think. At least this difference in his message in denouncing pornography. Isn't that good? Because I remember him being a year or 2 or 3, probably 3+ years ago. I feel like it was during his Sunday service sing-songy events. Maybe it was during the Jesus is King days or whatever album. He was being sort of Christian, but he was also saying, I like pornography. He said that on air without shame. But apparently now he's condemning it. That's good, denouncing it. He was on some late night show, I remember, talking about being into some particular type that it was Kimmel, yeah. He said that he was into some race thing. Oh, it's 2018. Wow, you remember that, huh? Nice. I'll have it in my blog post, the name of what he called it. Sounds vulgar. Sorry, kids. Yeah, exactly. I have it written down, but I'm refraining. I'm reticent to speak it out loud on the Hake Report because this is a children's-friendly show, family-friendly show. Unsurprising that he fell into that world, though. JLP had a great point on the JLP show. Third hour before the bottom of the hour, just before, about people being all morally uppity, about judging other people when they're just as evil. They're evil. So yeah. Anyway, permanently suspended. Has he been permanently suspended from Twitter? Elon Musk suspended him for incitement to violence. That's not what happened. It's ridiculous. I cracked.